Hello. 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 Cool. So it's going to be quite short. Yeah, I just want to go. We've been really low on resources this week, under half capacity for everything, but we have managed to get quite a few necessary things done. So one is on the Merlin reporting service for the contributions process report. That now has the ACL, the access control list, implemented, so users can't see employee data from employers that they shouldn't. And we've also encrypted all the data fields that need to be in the PII data fields. That's going through QA and that's ready for UAT. So that's a massive win and something that is being really propelled at the moment. So we're really happy to manage to get that through. But mainly is the Elasticsearch piece. And there's this thing where we kind of, in engineering, we promise something's going to be ready for a day and then it gets pushed back and it looks like we're just sitting on our hands and just making false promises. But what I really want to push about Elasticsearch is for the encryption for Elasticsearch, there's not really anything on offer really in the industry. We found a company that offers a third-party encryption package, but it wasn't viable for us to use from the cost and the support. And what was really interesting is they had a dedicated team to handle the encryption of the Elasticsearch indexes, but it was taking a 6-month turnaround to get this implemented, and then there was the cost of the support, and it was a yearly cost, and as you scale up there would be more cost implications. So we couldn't do that, and we don't have 6 months to get it done. So what we've had, again with low resource, I've had a lot of holidays, my fault, naughty. But so what we've done really is left Ernst drowning most of it. But what we've managed to do, all jokes aside, is within a couple of weeks is implement something that is actually superior to what we found out there, because what was on offer didn't offer, it only offered full text searches on the data. It didn't offer partial searches, which means if you're typing an email that begins with test and you put TES, with the third party offering it wouldn't come up, but with the one that we've managed to get working, it does offer that. So it offers more functionality, and it's now our own in-house version of it, which is really groundbreaking. It's an achievement. I think we should really shout about it. I mean, it's not 100% ready to go live, but it's there. I'm really pleased with all the work that's been done on it, and I think it's quite groundbreaking for even Elasticsearch itself. It's a great piece of work that's been put together. So we've got the encryption working on the PII data fields, and the ACL is implemented. We just need to do a few tweaks. We think a couple more days, maybe 3 days, and then it'll be ready for the client services team to look at it against live data. So Ernst is going to give you a quick demo that you.
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Elasticsearch means.
Oh, sorry. It's well, Ernst's probably better if I pass that.
So. So Elasticsearch is more or less what we would call a database, but the database is dedicated to allow people to search for content very, very quickly, and it allows to drill down into the content in a certain way where you say, okay, look at everything that is in the database, and then you limit the search further and further down to where you want to be. So think of it as like, look at all the users that we've got in our systems, look at all those who work for LV, look at all of those who are male, look at all of those who earn less than 25,000. So you drill into what happened in your database by restricting your query. So I'm trying to do something very unusual today, because I've showed that before, I think twice. And what we've done is we are now running against the data resource that is encrypted rather than plain text, but you wouldn't see that on the user interface. So what we have tried to do now is, this is, you're looking at the data as you will find it in the data resource at the moment. So you can see, you cannot make any sense of the first names, the last names, and the employers. They are tokenized. You can see that we have a number of encrypted employers here, and you would not recognize who is who. You can click on them. That might actually work, this search, and you get 171 people working for employer number 5368. What we are now doing is we are switching on the piece that does the encryption on the way to the data resource and the decryption on the way back. And I need to interact with two windows here. Gary, can you help me with that? It's that one, is it? Yeah. Stop.
Elasticsearch. So what we've got implemented is a custom proxy, which is just something that intercepts traffic on the Node web server that we've got. And what we do is we intercept this traffic, and as the requests come in, we do the necessary encrypting of the data, and as it comes back out, we do the necessary decrypting. So when this loads, you'll see that all of that data now is human readable. So it's almost separated in two places. It's tokenized, and then the tokenized data is also encrypted. So it has two passes to get there. So it's not just sitting in the Elasticsearch database encrypted, it's actually somewhere else encrypted. So it's amazing. You're going to sleep tonight, boys and girls. So it comes back. So this is not Russian or anything or Swahili here. This is just because it's from the test database. But this is actually the unencrypted data.
Feature that we wanted to show off is the one that Gary has talked about. You can start searching for the email starting with test, and you can now see all the customers who we have in our ST database whose email start with test. You can limit that down to everybody who works for Reddington, and for anybody whose first name is automation. And then you have 152 unique results. And you can also see that the performance impact, decrypting and encrypting, is a factor of 3. But since Elasticsearch has this high performance target in milliseconds, you can't verify that there's decryption and encryption going on. It's all in real time. I think that was it for this week.
That's it. Yeah, that's
for the next show and tell, we hope to get this in front of custom services with all the queries supported. Thank you very much.